morning. It was so dark. I'm probably going to try to do a mix of to work and from or back home and stuff like that. So right now, just headed back. Got to pick up my daughter, oldest, to go to volleyball, and we'll probably get some talking in with her on the way to volleyball. She's a trip. Traffic is the weirdest thing, man. Don't get it. Don't get it. Interesting. I love these podcasts make you think. Make you ponder. So I think I'm going to try telling a story. I like telling stories. I don't have anyone to tell it to sitting next to me over here, but you guys will do. Yeah. Describe myself as a football player in college that never got in the game. So I'm like the Rudy that never got in. And that's fine. I had a great experience, even though that was the case. It was kind of like that, Rudy going up to the wall every single, I guess, Thursday or Friday and seeing his name not on the list to travel. The tough part I had was I traveled for my first year, and then there were so many injuries they stopped traveling the backup punter. Oh, and I forgot to mention, yes, I was a punter. Not a kicker, but a punter only. I currently weigh about 210 and I'm 6'2". So average build, tall-ish, average build. And back then, I literally weighed 165. Now, this causes a few problems. Now, you're saying, oh, you're just a punter, it doesn't matter. Well, it still matters, because when you're playing at that level, a Big 12 school, and you weigh 165 pounds, and there are people that probably weigh 400 pounds, or God knows how much. I did actually have a day and a half of being a college receiver. So Todd Bandauer was a freshman or redshirted quarterback at the time, and a few of the, I guess, receivers got injured, and this is like the 2 days before football even started, before the varsity showed up. I think this is my freshman year, I'm guessing, and I got called up. They said, Kimball, we just need a body, which shows you how awesome I was at my job if I'm just like a blocking dummy, but could run and maybe catch. Anyway, receiver coach says, hey, get your butt over here, I need you. And I was like, I haven't studied the playbook for the last week and a half like these guys. He says, don't worry, I will tell you what to do, how to run. I just need you to run these patterns. I was like, okay, no problem. Now granted, again, 165 pounds, probably 160 at the time because we're during 2 days, so I'm probably sweating off another 5 pounds or whatever, regardless. So, they go in the huddle, he calls the play, I look at the coach looks at me and says, all right, I need you to run up 10 yards, cut in at a 45-degree angle. I can do that. So I run up, I cut in, I kind of beat my guy, and Bandauer throws it to me and I catch it. So I'm like, okay, I don't know why he'd throw it to me, just the punter, but he did. Caught it, everything's good. Hey, Kimball, nice catch. Okay, no big deal, right? Well, then basically what happens is, go back, call the next play. He says, all right, I need you to go up 5 yards, do a cross pattern. All right, no problem. Go up 5 yards, cut across. Bandauer dishes him to me there too. I catch it. Now everyone's going, oh, Kimball, way to go, nice catch. Kind of joking a little bit. So I'm like, all right, that was it. He'll never throw it to me again. So we do the next pattern. And it was kind of like one of those, I don't know, calls the play, go up to the line. He says, go up, 10, 12 yards, and then kind of right towards the center of the field. Okay, just doing what I'm told. Now, granted, again, this is the third play. There are receivers that have been recruited to go to school here and are being paid on scholarship to be there, but Bandauer keeps throwing me the ball. Now, I run down, I beat my guy, I'm probably thinking I'm awesome at this point, but reality is these guys probably thought the same thing. No, this guy's not going to catch it, one. And two, I'm not going to risk them Urbandale throwing to someone else. This guy's not going to catch it anyway. So I run my pattern. I go down. He throws it high, and I stupidly jump for it. I could have let it go. I had nothing to prove in reality because I wasn't going to be a receiver. At least I didn't think so. No one else did. But instead, I am competitive. That's why I'm there. I jump up in the air as high as I can. I'm fully stretched out. I catch the ball, and I get hit by two guys from either side, full go. And I'll tell you, as a quarterback in high school, and then a punter, and then also now a punter in college, I have never been hit so hard in my entire life. I got folded over. I kept a hold of the ball, but I could not breathe. Now, for those of you who get hit like that all the time, I understand, not a big deal. But for me, it was horrible. I couldn't breathe. I felt like the biggest wuss. I think they took me off the field, sat out a couple plays, and then got back into it. And they were joking, "Dang, Kimball, you have to come to the receiver meetings." I didn't want to be a receiver at the college level. I was happy with being a punter. I just wanted to put in my time, beat out the guy, and be a punter. So that was my wide receiver experience in college. And after that afternoon and then the next day, it kind of faded off. I think that varsity showed up and we're all good. All right, give you my second Iowa State story here. So now, give some additional backstory here. My dad was a football coach. He played at Western Illinois. He was a football coach at Urbandale High School in Iowa for many, many, many years with Coach Farish, which was mentioned in one of the previous podcasts, giving me some good advice. He, I don't think, could have been prouder that I was playing football at the college level, even if I was a punter and he was a lineman coach. I think he got over that a long time ago since I was so scrawny. But I'm there, and it's media day, so everyone's excited. You know, we got Troy Davis. It's a buzz. Lots of media there. Here's the difference. When you're a scrub, no one's coming to talk to you. I mean, all the C team or B team, whatever you call this, I was a scrub. No one was coming to talk to us. So we kind of figured that out after a minute. I mean, not even the Urbandale News, not even the high school newspaper was at media day to interview Zach Kimball. So, you know, it's Iowa. It's about 100 and whatever degrees outside, or at least it felt like it down on the field. So a few of us go over and sit in the shade. Because, again, no eyes on us. Coaches don't even care because they're worried about their number one players. We're just there in our uniforms. And, again, it's the last part of two-a-days. We've been busting our humps, running, all this stuff. Like I said, I'm probably down 10 pounds on top of what I came in at. And I may have nodded off a little bit in the shade. Kind of sitting down, leaning against the wall, and fell asleep. Now, granted, no one wants to interview me, but I'll keep it PC here, the awesome Iowa State Daily photographer thinks it's hilarious, probably, to take a picture of me sleeping. Now, so media day today, or that day. The next day, all the articles are going to be written out, right? It's going to be a big media day. Well, guess who makes the front page of the Iowa State Daily? This guy. Yeah. I honestly was like front page, like below the fold, not above the fold, which I guess is, you know, better. Very better for me, I wasn't. But I was this huge picture of me falling asleep, and it says underneath it, Zach Kimball, probably spelled wrong. Zach Kimball, not sought after on media day, decides to take a little nap. Now, if you can imagine, at a Big 12 school, a backup punter who easily can become the scapegoat for anything that happens wrong, now has a front page picture of them sleeping during media day. I will tell you, it was not fun for about 48 hours. I've got another football story for you. let's rewind a little bit and we'll go back to high school. This is one of the best stories. If I ever want to make my dad feel bad, I talk about this story, or I can bring it up. And so we bring it up probably every Thanksgiving and Christmas, every now and then. So my dad, he was, like I said, the football coach for many, many years. And we're playing Marshalltown. I was the backup quarterback my senior year. And again, this talks about my skill set. 200 underclassmen. He was a good athlete, though, pure athlete kid, so he was good. Let's just give it to him. But he starts calling his own plays, and so Coach Frericks gets all upset. My dad's, upset. This kid's calling his own plays. The game's getting down to the wire here. We're driving down towards the goal line, and Coach Frericks gets really upset, and he's like, now, just pause it real quick. So, at this point, I'm the backup quarterback, but I'm the main punter, and so we're getting down to it's the fourth quarter. We're getting down. We're doing our final push down there. Coach is upset because the kid's calling his own plays. Everything's chaotic, and the coach yells, "Kimball, get warmed up!" And my dad, I think the assistant head coach here, without skipping a beat, goes, "Now, hey, coach, wait. We could still win this." So you can see my dad's confidence level in my quarterbacking skills in full effect there. And so, again, he feels terrible about it now, not at the time. But it's a good laugh now. We laugh about it all the time. It's a great little story about how my dad always fully supported me and was there for me at all times. Actually, my dad's a great guy. So now, since I'm telling funny football stories, I'll just make this the theme today, and I'll add another one. So every year, I was on the team. So every year I would show up, and it was the same head trainer, and he would pass out equipment. And the big joke was, after they got to know me, they liked to give me a lot of flack. And the big joke was, "Hey, Kimball, we had to go to Ames High School," the local high school. Ames, Iowa, where Iowa State is. "Hey, Kimball, we had to go to local high school to get your football pads this year." Now, funny the first year, maybe funny the second year. Third and fourth year, not so funny. Sadly, that shows I obviously didn't gain a lot of weight from when I weighed 165 when I got there. The reality is I think I gained 20 pounds. I think when I graduated I was at 185. So roughly 20 pounds I added on in 4 years, which put me to a normal level. I looked maybe normal at the end of that. Probably still too scrawny, but maybe normal. I hope you enjoyed those stories. Those are some of my fun memories of college that I like to tell. Kind of just shows my little bits and pieces of my college experience in football at Iowa State. With all that, I joke, I've got 1,000 more stories, but I used to tell these stories when I was in meetings or before meetings and stuff like that to kind of kill time as a sales guy. One of my general managers of the hotel one time, actually one of my regional guys was in, and I was telling a story to our ownership group, and everyone was laughing probably about the one my dad telling, "Now, coach, we could still win this, right?" And he goes, "Kimball, you have more stories about football from never getting in a game than I've ever heard." That's true. So it's interesting. We moved here to Dallas about a year ago, and we move into this neighborhood, and it's been interesting. Everywhere we moved, there's been an Iowa State person within a couple houses or something. I now live very close to 2 Iowa State guys that were on the football team when I was there. So, great guys. We still need to get connected and catch up. They can tell me about all the time that they were on the field, and I can tell them about all the time I was watching, either from the stands or from the sideline. Hey, don't say crap.
Where's the seatbelt?
So you're moving. She's moving. This is Kinsley.
Hi.
She's moving to the middle so she can talk to you all. Don't tell Mom that she just switched, but she switched in our neighborhood, so it's good. I was driving really slow. It's very safe.
We'll probably go.
She's buckled in again. We're good. So Kinsley, where are we headed?
My volleyball practice.
All right. And are you liking volleyball this year?
Yes.
Good. Because I think you're doing well at it.
Yes.
And so we're going to practice, and then she'll have a game this weekend.
Maybe we'll win. Finally.
If you watched the vlog last Saturday, you will understand that they did not do as well as they could have.
Hoping.
They were hoping, yeah.
See, we're better at practice than we
They're
are
actually really good at practice. They work as a team. They do all this stuff. I think they just they're not gamers just yet, but they're getting there. They get better every week. All right, we're almost there. Kinsley's gonna get out, go run in and get to practice, and I will be watching and critiquing. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be watching, and we will catch you guys later.
Yep. Bye.
Peace.